Hello everyone. Good morning. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for inviting me to join. I'm also honored to share the stage with some of Israel's most prominent innovators. And as I'm sure you're still probably pondering about all the important messages you just heard here, and probably going to forget mine, I'm going to give you the bottom line right now. If there's one thing I want you to remember from this session, is that I truly believe the climate change is the biggest challenge our generation is facing, and that climate technology is by far the biggest opportunity. I also believe Israel is the best place to capitalize on this opportunity. I repeat, the climate crisis possesses a massive financial opportunity, and Israel will be a leading force in realizing it. Let me tell you how. But first, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Cherni. I'm a deep tech entrepreneur and investor. I believe that the best thing you can do in life is combine passion, purpose, and amazing people. And this is why I'm also the founder and managing partner of Climate First, Israel's first and largest climate tech accelerator. I was born and raised in Israel, Jerusalem, offspring to a family who fled Europe in the 30s. And as such, I was brought up on the unique perspective of the miracle that is Israel, the challenges and obligations that comes with it. It's no surprise that it led me to do a meaningful army service as a combat officer for more than 7 years, and later start a deep tech company in the field of drone technologies that sells defense solutions to many democratic countries, including this one. But my story is a fraction of the Israeli story, the Israeli tech story, which can basically be summarized into the phrase, innovation out of necessity. We innovate because we need to survive, and then our innovations spread out to the world and changing it for the better. From agriculture in the desert to advanced defense systems, Israeli tech delivers no matter what. And we do it in order to ensure the next generations. Now, when talking about the next generations, we need to talk about another thing, which is, of course, the climate crisis or climate change. I don't need to tell you that since the Industrial Revolution, we're polluting a massive amount of greenhouse gas emissions to the atmosphere that then block UV rays from leading to a heating effect that to date raised the average global temperature in 1.1 Celsius. Now, it might sound small, but it is massive, and we feel it on a daily basis. 2023 was the hottest year in recorded history, with unbearable heat waves, drought, dry conditions that led to wildfire that burned tens of millions of acres around the world, spreading polluted ashes. And of course, marine heat waves that lead to extreme weather events such as cyclones and floods. All of this has a huge effect on biodiversity with millions of species in distress. And it also costs a lot of money. In Europe, just in the last 2 years, climate change is estimated to cost around 100 billion euros to the economy, and it's growing. It's also costs in human lives. Now, if we want our next generations to live happily in this planet, we need to act, and we need to act now. And luckily for us, this is also a huge opportunity, because in order to decarbonize or to reach net zero emissions, we need technology that decarbonize our existing industries, and these are multi-billion-dollar industries. Take these industries as an example: iron, ammonia, and cement. What these industries have in common is that they are a multi-billion-dollar. Each one has a multi-billion-dollar market. What they also have in common is that they are highly emitting. The steel industry by itself is responsible to 8% of all greenhouse gas emission. 8%. Ammonia, 3%. Cement, 5%. We need to change those industries. Now, you might say, this is impossible, right? These are large industries, highly regulated, centralized. It's impossible. But this is where it gets interesting, because these industries are open for business. They understand the change is coming. They understand the potential. They want to be part of it. So they're opening their doors for us, providing us with their facilities and CapEx, with funding for OpEx, with ideation and collaboration. Now, the nice thing, the interesting thing is they don't just want to change, They have to change, right? And this is because governments and regulators are pushing there, and also clients push there. So regulators enable us to get into those industries because they ease the regulation for us, and governments provide a lot of funding, like the 370 billion Inflation Reduction Act in the US and the Green Deal here in Europe. This is basically true for all industries, not just the ones I talked about. In materials, energy, agriculture, transportation, built environment, and more. Now, we're looking at the next industrial revolution. And as such, it's going to be worth a lot of money. The Bank of America estimates that this change is going to be worth around $150 trillion in the next 25 years. Funds see it, and obviously innovators see it. This is the perfect storm. And when there is a perfect storm, you want to be in Israel. Why is that? First of all, because we have a unique culture to solve hard problems, right? We just talked about it. Innovation out of necessity. But more than that, Israel has amazing academic institutions. When we're talking about decarbonization, we're talking about deep technologies, the combination of science and engineering, right? So our academic institution in Israel have amazing IP in the field, not just computer science, but physics, chemistry, biology. These researchers have been developed for many years and are now sitting ripe and ready to go into the market. And we have amazing entrepreneurs, second, third timers who wants to change the world and wants to go climate and are able to take these innovations from the academy and commercializing them. Israel is also located in a strategic place in the Middle East next to many of our potential clients. Now, the numbers speak for themselves. According to the latest Planetech report, Israel has almost 750 climate tech startups. 50% of them are open in the last 5 years. That means that 1 out of 6 companies in Israel is a climate tech company, and 14 cents out of every dollar invested in Israel goes to climate. And we see it firsthand in our companies, in our portfolio. Take a look at Helios, that pioneered a novel process to refine iron from low-grade iron ore without carbon, without hydrogen. Green steel. Remember the 8%? Green steel. Or Nitrofixed, that biomimics nature to create ammonia just from water and air. Green ammonia, obsoleting the polluting Haber-Bosch process that have been around for 100 years. Green ammonia. And of course, Brizometer, that pioneered the concept of measuring emissions and was recently sold to Google in $250 million. This is not a trend, ladies and gentlemen. This is a shift. And this is exactly the reason why we started Climate First. Climate First helps deep tech climate entrepreneurs to grow and prosper and scale into relevant markets. We provide them with content about climate and know-how about deep tech, the relevant business models, and the different life cycles, etc., and eventually bring them to meet companies. Just 2 months ago, we brought 10 exceptional companies here to London to meet investors and potential partners, and immediately all the big players wanted to meet. They were ecstatic about the fact that Israel even have these innovations because they thought that Israel is a B2B SaaS country. This was the fastest product market fit I've ever seen. And luckily for them, we just launched the second cohort of Climate First. But I'm also here to tell you why you should get into climate and why you should get into it now. You should get into climate now because most of the technologies that we need in order to decarbonize the world are in early stages. Early stage, as Dov just mentioned, and in Israel right now means lower valuations. And now is the time to get in for these amazing technologies. Second is these technologies were developed for many years. They have a huge technological moat. Once they get in and do the transition from lab to industry, they're going to be very sticky and will be much harder to get in. And third, if we don't get it now, it might be too late. So if I want to summarize what I was trying to convey, you have a great opportunity to invest in Israeli climate tech companies. Right? We have the right culture, we have the right technology, we have the right entrepreneurs, we're in the right place, and this is the right time. It's a great opportunity to support Israeli startups to invest in a multi-billion-dollar industry that is growing, and to save the world in the process. This is the miracle that is Israel. Thank you very much, and I encourage you all to come later to our session about climate tech. That's it. Thank you very much.